Hello, everyone. Welcome to the inaugural 2021 edition of Drink and Draw Social Club. It's a whole new year, sure to be filled with hijinks, art, and bad jokes.
Yay!
Today, there's no guest, just us. That's it. And we're going to talk about the great, the stupendous, the Kirby-esque Jack Kirby.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that your announcement, Ben? Was that it?
That's it. That's all I got,
I
man.
can leave now.
I mean, you've done better ones in 20.
I'm trying to tone it down this year.
2020 was a crap year, and
I know, and I felt like I had to really push the envelope on those intros in 2020. But I'm feeling better about this year. I think, maybe dial it down and let it reduce the tension, the heat in the room, if you will.
Right.
I think that's a good plan. I respect Ben for trying to be a little bit more sedate.
That's it.
Yeah.
Dignified, even.
Yeah.
Too far?
Yeah.
Dave, we have
By the way,
you're doing this giveaway, right?
see that effect on Ben's teeth? Did you see that?
Let's see.
Yeah, my green screen. Yeah.
Is that what it is? You could get braces on that.
It looks like I got a grill on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can see through the green in your teeth is the problem.
That's it. That's it. Too much green in my teeth.
Nice.
No, good.
Fans love
I'm
it.
self-conscious, Joe.
What was that?
Fans go crazy over that shiz.
Oh man.
I had some emeralds put in the holidays. Here, there we go.
Whoa,
Is
it
that better?
disappeared.
Yeah, it's like a ghost.
Nice.
Wow.
What is
Also,
that?
anybody who's watching who's interested, we are going to be giving away this as soon as my buddy Patrick comes on with the information, and then I'm going to pick a winner.
What is
it? What is it? You
Good
remember?
issue.
What's going on here?
We're doing a giveaway for the Pop Kill giveaway. So,
And what was the motivation between this giveaway for Pop Kill?
trying to get more people to buy Pop Kill.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it was like a stretch goal.
It was just something I just thought it would be cool to do.
It's just you stretching yourself.
How's your
Yeah.
stretching, Dave?
Pretty terrible.
Did you stretch today or not?
Nah,
Dave and I have been socially distancing and exercising sort of together, but not really. We're in proximity.
Dave, you've been hitting the bag, right?
yeah.
It's kind of a personal question.
You know.
We all got to.
Tonight I'm hitting the sauce.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
So Dave's been hitting Dan's bag?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Been hitting my old bag.
Those small
about
bags
your
are hard to
life,
keep the rhythm with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed we're orange this year. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
I changed up a little bit, trying to make things exciting for drink and draw.
I don't like change, Dan.
Oh, sorry, geez.
You know, it's like all of a sudden come back and everything's different.
It's a
Well,
whole
I mean,
new-
we can go back to black. Would you prefer that?
No,
Oh,
not particularly. I didn't like black either.
Yeah, and the whole background bubble's a little weird too.
I like the bubble.
I don't know.
Ah,
Like
see,
that better?
there. That's better. Squares.
Yeah,
It's like classic Coke.
that looks like the show, Dan.
It does. I feel at home now.
How do you feel about this?
I'm sure the fans will agree.
Don't you like that? It feels like a comic book lettering thing. Like
2021 is
That's
just
awesome.
straight fire so far. This is a great show.
Yeah. So we're supposed to be doing Kirby. What are you guys drawing? Dan, are you drawing a Kirby thing? Or are you going to typically not? Do a Kirby?
I am drawing a Kirby thing. Oh, here's Patrick.
There
Forget
you go.
about Kirby for 5 seconds, Jeff.
There
Can
you
you?
Forget about what the show's about for 5 seconds.
Just for 5 seconds.
Let's remove him
Everybody,
again. He's in. He's out.
All right.
All right.
Hello to Patrick.
Hello,
So
Patrick.
Patrick, you got the info all lined up? Patrick?
Come on, Patrick.
Come in, Patrick.
So this is a well-oiled show.
Why should Patrick be different than any other guest?
Right.
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me get my.
So Dave's got this crazy idea that there was a giveaway for Pop Kill. Is there any truth to that?
There is that. So
Ben was the only one to actually say hello, but that's okay.
Hi,
right,
Patrick.
how many?
I don't think he can hear a thing.
Can you hear us, Patrick?
Yeah. I
All
can.
right.
There
Stop
we
being
go.
so vocal. So how many entries do we have? What's the number of entries do we have?
1,000. Hang on, jeez. I thought I gave you that already.
1,000 people want this free piece of art?
How many people get it?
1,094 have a chance to win this.
Do you remember like when King Solomon had like there's two women and they said that's my baby and the other one was like no that's my baby and then King Solomon was like I'll cut the child right in two.
Yeah.
Maybe in this case since there's so many people we could just like kind of section off the artwork and everybody gets a little piece of it.
I think that sounds really fair.
All right, so I'm going to pick the number. It's going to be backwards, so but it shouldn't be too.
Hold on, I'll put you in. Dave, watch this. Watch what I can do. Hold on. There you go.
All right. So here we
Should
go.
we do a drum roll?
Somebody do a drum roll.
There we go. Just keep it slightly tilted.
Ooh.
Entry number
736.
736. Who is that?
I won. Hot damn.
736.
Yeah.
It's an odd.
What does that mean in
It's even.
terms
It's
of
even number. It's not quite odd. It's unusual.
It's not perfect.
Hey, can you guys do Patrick a favor and maybe introduce him to the audience so they know who he is?
This is Patrick Wedge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
I mean, seriously, it's like, it's comic book rule 101. Every comic is somebody's first. Every drinking is somebody's first.
But
Okay.
Patrick's already secretly been on.
You can't just assume people know who Patrick is.
Right.
Patrick
Okay.
was in charge of the Kickstarter for Jimmy and Dave Johnson.
Well,
Okay.
Patrick does all the work.
Yes.
That is true.
He was
Patrick, what do you get out of it?
What
Yeah,
do I
Patrick,
get?
what do you get out of it?
Infinite suffering, back pains, headaches.
So it's like marriage.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of conversations with
Okay.
Dave you don't want to have.
Peter Gerhardt.
Peter Gerhardt. All right. I don't know if he's watching or not, but
Their real name.
Peter Gerhardt wins. Yay.
Peter.
Hey.
Let's
Peter,
show it again.
yeah.
Hold on. Watch the. Can you show it again, Dave?
Beautiful.
Well,
It is a nice
enthusiastic
piece.
about your promotion.
You're so enthusiastic. It's almost like you don't want to give it away to a fan.
I mean, it is a really nice piece, Dave.
Can we prove that Peter Gerhardt's a fan?
Hey, he bought Pop Kill. That's good enough for me. So
Maybe he used his dad's credit card and it's really John Gerhardt.
Here, can I actually share? Can I share the application? Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
So
Wow. Look at all those
Is that
people.
Dan's address?
just to prove, no, I actually was smart enough to hide all personal information.
So that's why Patrick gets the big bucks.
Yeah. And there is Patrick
Good
Gerhardt.
old Peter.
Peter Gerhardt.
Yeah,
So
let's
Peter, if
see.
you're watching, he actually bought all of Amanda's covers because
Man,
he
Todd
doesn't
H.
like
missed
he
it
doesn't
by
like
that much.
Dave. So
No.
well, I don't really blame him on that.
that's
I
right.
know some of these people on this list.
Yes, you do. So yes, Peter, if you're watching, I will get a hold of you via email and get your information, and then we will we'll get you lined up. So,
Nice. All right.
It's really kind.
Hey, give some
I
more.
would actually-
Congratulations, Peter.
Congratulations, Dave. So that means that all 3 issues are out. The
All
Pop
4.
Kill- all 4.
Well, they're
is
not
out.
out yet. They're going to the printer now.
Yeah, you'll get your copy in 6 months, Jeff.
But you reached all your goals.
yeah.
That's great. Congratulations.
Can't complain. So,
Yeah, you do.
well,
Are there plans for more Pop Kill, or are you moving on to some new project?
yeah, no more Pop Kill. That story is pretty much finalized.
How about like Pop Kill Second Fizz?
Pop Mame.
I was going to look into the plumbing industry next. the exciting world of plumbing. That would be
Just another beverage.
another beverage, maybe Hogarden.
Beer
I mean,
kill.
this was Jimmy's done a lot of Kickstarters. This was one of his more successful. Sometimes when you find something, you want to stick in that genre.
Now, why would you say? What would be your opinion about why it was so successful?
The soda pop aspect.
I fully agree. I mean, let's
Yeah.
be honest. Who doesn't
I mean,
like
that's
soda?
the selling point.
My daughter.
What?
Yeah, she hates it.
It's too sugary.
I don't know. I
I
kind of like
don't
it.
know what her deal is. She's never drank it. 1 out of 3 kids hates it.
Wow.
Yeah.
She's obviously never had a butterscotch root beer.
She won't even try it. She has such a disdain.
That is crazy talk.
I know.
Interesting.
But, she's got a body mass index of like 2. So, yeah. She doesn't eat French fries and drink soda.
Oh, what the hell?
From America. Definitely not my genetics.
Basic food groups, dude.
It's got me through a lot of hard days.
What are you teaching your kids?
Not the right things, apparently.
Yeah.
All right. So should we Kirby some stuff up here?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, might as well.
Or should we sing happy birthday to Joe?
All right. It's Joe's birthday.
I should.
That's a day late.
Daylight, yeah.
$1 short.
It's 2 days late to be on.
Two, yeah.
2?
Also, I've always hated that song.
Happy birthday?
Yeah.
Well, it is copyrighted.
Which of
So
them?
maybe we
Yeah.
shouldn't
Wait,
sing
what
it.
about when Dan sings it? When Dan sings it, it's
When I sing it, it's quite nice.
All right, well, prove it to me. Let me
Let's
hear you sing
hear
it.
it. Crooner Dan.
Happy birthday to Joe.
Oh, God.
Happy birthday to Joe. Hold on, I'm going to try to find. I
Find
did Joe a little
The
drawing.
key?
Where's my little drawing for you, Joe? Oh, here it is.
yeah. This is a piece of something. This is great.
I mean, I thought this
Yeah,
is a great drawing for you.
Yeah.
I said the thought that was put behind it is
Yeah.
outstanding. I mean, Dan really dug deep, did his research. I mean, I've been in the comics industry for a long time, and he managed to encapsulate everything that I've never done.
Yeah, I mean, this could, you had that fancy book that came out, but I was thinking this could be the cover for your next book.
Yeah, probably, maybe no, probably not. But all right, so here's a quiz. I have actually I've drawn 2 of those characters, for print pieces.
Really? Oh, I tried to pick ones you've never drawn.
Wait, and one of those characters, I defiled some pencils, actual Dan DeCarlo pencils. Oh, I just gave away the character. Never mind.
Oh, well, now we know.
Yeah.
Now, we know you did Archie. I bet you drew maybe a Spawn pinup at one point.
Just one trading card.
Yeah.
Didn't you fill in on Garfield Sunday strip for like 2 years?
Didn't you ghost
I
Garfield?
ghosted.
Just Mondays?
Yeah. I'll tell you the Archie story. So when my wife and I were dating, she would she'd come to visit me in the city and stay in my studio. And she keeps crazy hours. She generally goes to bed really, really early, gets up excruciatingly early. And at that time, she was working at Archie as a collected editions editor. And but then she would also do freelance on the side. So she would do some inking for Dan DeCarlo. So she'd get to my apartment and she'd have all these Dan DeCarlo pencil pages. And then eventually I would stay up late drawing my stuff. And then by the time I got to bed around 3, she'd get up and start inking DeCarlo. But I would have these beautiful Dan DeCarlo pencils. And Dan would generally do the full outline of the figure and then kind of ghost in very, very lightly where the clothing went. So I mean, literally, he would draw all the female figures completely nude and then sort of just build, clothing around it, and then those things would get inked, and then Dan would go in later on and touch it up and add some of the frills and the fashion stuff. So, so one evening I was working late and I decided to take some of these pencils and draw the character, add some anatomically correct stuff to our
Very helpful.
and some of the other characters, so that when my wife got up, she'd see these pencils. And I would do this every night. Every night, Dan, I'd be doodling these things, but it's super light. I mean, it was literally just enough that she could see it. And there was one time where she forgot to erase the pencils before handing him the inks.
Oh God!
And he went, "Who? What? Who did this?" And she said, "My boyfriend." He's like, "I gotta meet him. I really like this guy."
That's pretty funny.
He's such an awesome guy. So I defiled some Archie pages at some point.
He liked it.
Oh yeah, I mean, we talk about the stuff, the kind of weirdest convention sketches that we get asked to do. DeCarlo, think about the stuff that DeCarlo was probably asked to do. So he was brilliant, just absolutely brilliant. We haven't talked about Kirby once, by the way, since we started this.
Why should
I
we?
keep trying. I can only push so hard.
Well, Jeff, I wanted to talk to you. Jeff likes to do karate.
Yes.
And I have
to do a little karate.
Yeah, so I have a question, Jeff. About Chuck Norris.
Yes.
Because the show's about Jack
Kirby. I mean,
I don't know why I was thinking about it, but do you remember the movie The Octagon?
Yes, I do.
In The Octagon, at one point, Chuck Norris is trying to infiltrate what's basically a ninja group, right? And there's kind of a mean guy who's taking the applications, and he's kind of a tough guy that Chuck Norris later fights. But he takes one look at Chuck Norris, and he goes, "You look like the constipated type," to Chuck.
I don't remember the line.
That stuck with me for some reason.
Are you sure that's what he says?
Yeah, and not only did he say it once, it came up again in the same film. He kept referring to him as "you look constipated." Now, I didn't know was that a jab, like a typical jab that happened amongst karate people? Like that's an insult?
So let me see if I understand the question. You're asking me if a classical karate insult is, "Do you look constipated?"
Yeah, are you constipated?
Are you constipated?
You moved your bowels today.
I'd have to hear it in Japanese to really know for sure.
Anyhow, Chuck Norris didn't. He did. It just like when they say, like, when your mom's like, if someone insults you, just ignore them. That's what Chuck did. But then he ultimately got his revenge. By the way, I did these drawings of Chuck Norris for a possible cartoon show. Guess which one he liked?
I'm imagining the one with the
one with the body hair.
Yeah, the super one, the massive one.
What? He didn't like any of them.
Oh,
bastard!
He didn't like any of these drawings.
No, he hated them. He didn't like them. In fact, they didn't get the animation company didn't get the gig because of this.
Way to go, Dan!
And then Jack Kirby swooped in and got the gig.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
all right, that's enough of Carlos Ray Norris. Let's move along here.
Yeah, but I don't know. You know more about that stuff than I do, Jeff.
Apparently.
But no one's ever called you that, right?
I've never been insulted with the constipation gag.
You've been insulted a lot, though.
Oh yeah, plenty, but never that way.
5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, this conversation's pretty insulting.
Yeah, true. All right. Well, we can move on, I guess.
Are you sure?
Hey, Dan, what's new in your life?
I got a little puppy. I got a little wolf puppy.
you got it. It's not a wolf.
Yeah, do we have to pretend it's a wolf?
Dan got basically a Pomeranian.
No, it's not. It's a Klekai.
It's a Pomeranian. That's what a Klekai is. It's just a Pomeranian disguised as a husky.
A long-legged Pomeranian.
Well,
It's a very cute.
We have no idea how small this thing is going to be. So
we don't know yet. I think Elena's not going to be happy because she wanted something that she could take on a plane. I don't think it's going to happen.
A purse, right?
Yeah, she wanted a purse dog.
You should have gotten a cat.
I prefer. I'm more of a cat person. I don't like dogs.
Cats don't like you though.
No, cats notoriously don't like me.
So Dan, why don't you bring your dog in? Let's see it.
Well, my wife has it right now in her purse.
In her purse.
In her pocket. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did she get you a purse yet for it?
We do have a great purse for it.
I sent you that link for the little backpacks.
Why do you love that I have a purse-like dog?
Just because I am literally, when we're allowed to go back out into the world, into public, I will literally pay a paparazzi whatever it takes to shoot a photograph of you walking through Hollywood with your tiny little dog on a tiny little leash. I'm living for this moment. That's all. That's all I want in 2021.
He's gonna end up with one of those little baby things that you strap to your
He's gonna be a viewer.
I sent Dan one. It was specifically a guy who had a clique eye who was shilling these on YouTube. And if it's right on your back and your little clique eye looks at you here, it's got his little paws out, and he was saying how his clique eye.
It needs a block.
Ben,
can
you defend me here?
Too small to fit in the.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about what went on this week. Seriously, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dan clearly has never been a dog owner, doesn't understand the etiquette of dog owners, and he went on to talk about the loveliness of his little Pushian dog.
No, it's not a wolf.
It's a garden gnome of a dog, Dan, and in doing so, he put down Ben's noble beasts, the DeFeos.
Beast is a strong word for
the DeFeo family. These dogs are on the DeFeo family crest, and you just can't do that, And whether I like Ben's dogs or not, you can't do that. So I kind of, me and Dan went at it for a while.
Yeah, I was kind of on your bad list there.
Yeah,
you were.
You don't mess with man's cars or dogs, Dan. Have
you
seen John Wick?
Exactly.
I'm an old John Wick on your ass.
Yeah, I mean, you had it coming, Dan. You had a little John Wick coming.
Jeff, you like dogs. Was I out of line?
How did you describe my dog? I can't remember.
I have it somewhere in the text chain, but
I don't think we can say it on.
Isn't the default answer to anything that Dan offended somebody? That should just be
Yeah.
the standard. Right?
It was my dog is better than all yours, and it's just come on, you can't say that,
Especially when your dog.
I take it all back.
Listen, Ben has these beautiful, these beautiful, majestic corgis, beautiful dogs, gorgeous dogs. Not only that, he has, like the Queen of England, he has two of them. So you just don't do that, Dan.
Well, I'm still learning. Maybe I'll be a better dog person in the future.
Joe, I have to say that that I am waiting, and as much joy as you will get from watching Dan walk that little dog.
Yeah.
I cannot wait until he steps in a little pile of that dog's midnight expression.
Jeff, he already has. He's just not going to.
I wanted to step in
dog
there. Yeah.
It's already happened. He's stepped in the poop. He's stepped in the pee.
My dog doesn't even do that because it's
It's so small. It just has little green nuggets,
little pellets.
Poo.
It is a cute dog, though.
I want Dave to get a dog.
Nope.
I would endorse Dave getting a dog.
I've already had too many dogs.
Let's bring this back to Kirby. What kind of dog do you think Kirby had? Does anybody know?
Kirby would have a lockjaw type dog.
Yeah. Bulldog.
Oh, yeah.
Kirby should.
Yep.
Yeah.
Patrick, were you a big Kirby fan?
I got into Kirby late, honestly. I'm one of the few that I got into Cubert very. Papa Joe was my go-to kid fave. And then as I got in. Then I got Kirby. Then I understood Kirby. You know,
So why are you here?
What's that?
Why are you here?
You hate Kirby.
I didn't say I hate Kirby. I don't hate Kirby like I hate like Dan hates dogs. I mean that's a different.
Because that's
That's fair.
I
definitely hate dogs.
I stand corrected.
I think you said you hated dogs, Dan. I mean,
Yeah,
even
I
though you
definitely
said you
hate
had one, you know.
So, Joe, you've probably drawn the most Kirby out of all of us. Do you have a favorite Kirby creation?
Captain America, hands down.
Yeah,
I love
America.
And although he's not the easiest to draw, I love drawing Thor.
Thor is fun.
Just so. I mean, he's essentially when Kirby drew it, it was that was Marvel's Conan to me as a kid. It's just something about the shapes that he used and the way he when Thor was throwing the hammer, spinning the hammer, all that stuff. It was just like it was awesome.
Yeah, the spinning
Do
hammer.
we have any Thor artwork?
Huh?
Some Thor pencils.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's my inks. How about that?
Nice.
I think the pencils were better.
Patrick, you're a guest here.
I swear to God, I thought that was Vinnie Coletta's inks.
Yeah, Vinnie Coletta get a lot of help, and I uploaded a Vinnie one, and you can take a look at like basically Jack's pencils, which are very distinct, and here's a Vinnie one. It's a little different, but you know what? Here's the thing about Kirby. I know Vinnie gets a lot of hate, and if you look like underneath the elbow, there's some lines that go vertically that make no sense whatsoever. As far as inking goes, and they weren't there in the pencil.
As far as drawing goes, it makes no sense.
Yeah, but he still holds up, like even with inking that you might not like.
So Dan, who do you think was the best inker on Kirby?
I don't know. That's a tough one, really. I'd have to go with Sinnott.
Okay.
You like Sinnott better?
I like Mike Royer. Mike Royer's pretty damn good.
Actually, just hanging out with Mike on Saturday.
Were you? Or you? Wait, did you? Or you are going to?
I did.
How was Mike?
He's doing good. He's a fun guy.
He's a very fun man.
He lives in my town, and we both did a little bit of a signing at our local comic book store.
How was that? Socially distanced, I hope.
It was very socially distant.
I have a Mr. Miracle convention sketch that Kirby did, and then Royer inked.
Oh, cool!
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
How old were you when you got that?
I was already working at Marvel. Yeah, so
not from a convention.
No, not from a convention. No, I paid through the Klikai for that.
You probably paid more than a Klikai for it.
Yeah.
Trust me, I did. Yeah. So
I mean that's actually going to be a great measure of payment of money now. How many Klikais does that cost you?
Yeah, is that one
it's like a Scaramucci's a measure of time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What did that Klikai cost you, Dan?
It's practically free.
No, what did it cost you?
It cost your Klikai is I think it's worth it. That's how cute it is.
I think it's worth it.
It costs you the respect of all your friends, first of all.
One time I was out at Earth Cafe on Melrose, and in walked Mickey Rourke in full Mickey Rourke regalia, like pre Johnny Depp, with all the accoutrements, with the wristbands and the necklaces, and he had like these little tiny dogs with him, and still I don't think anyone would have messed with him.
Right. That's not the case with you, though.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people. You guys mess with me endlessly.
You're not Mickey Rourke.
No, I'm hardly
Those
Mickey
are
Rourke.
Bichon Frise.
Yeah.
They're fine, respectable breed of dust mops.
What kind does he have?
Bichon Frise.
Dan can't even say it. No, listen.
Wait, wasn't that one of the guys
I'm not
from
Venezuelan. I don't know all these different pronunciations.
Wasn't that one of the guys from Perfect Strangers?
Nice one, man. Way to sneak that in there.
That's a good roll.
Hey Dan, I'm angry. Did you know that?
I know. I can tell.
More than normal.
I'm angry about a lot of things today. I'm angry. Especially angry that you invited someone to be our guest.
Well, that was Dave and his wild givings away of things.
And they said they don't even do streams, and you just saw that they did a stream. I think.
That person. Yeah, I was a little shocked by that.
Yeah, I think fans want to know who that is because I've already said,
Well, I mean, that's his.
Well, who on this? Clearly, there must be somebody on our show that this person does not like.
Well, I mean, Dave has a lot of enemies.
I didn't want to say it, but it's Ben. He does not like Ben.
Could have told you. I think I did, actually.
Throw a stone. You'll hit somebody that doesn't like that.
Honestly, I'm not even sure I want to be on this show.
Jeff, you're one of the founders of Drink and Draw. You're one of the founders.
I was there.
Yeah, but you were there often.
Yes, I was there in the beginning for sure.
Well, that's only because there was alcohol. Let's be honest.
I do love booze.
Who does?
You were there mostly for the booze.
Mostly for the booze.
How's everybody's New Year?
So far, it's pretty good.
It's all right.
You guys
not bad
for New Year's Eve?
I didn't go out. I went to bed at 9:30.
Party at home.
Yeah. Mostly, I cowered with my dog as the poor thing shook from all the fireworks going on.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be like a universal thing. I don't know.
Not my dog. My dog couldn't. My dog could care less.
Yeah.
Maybe your dog is deaf. Yeah.
My dog's already more behaved than Jeff's.
Yeah, but Jeff.
Well, that's what it was. That's what it was. Dan started talking about how his dog was like,
speaks Greek,
several languages, speaks Greek, and is already, it's already going out and running errands for the family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's teaching other dogs tricks now.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Dan's dog voted for Obama twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the poor thing is like sleeping 18 hours a day.
It is. It's fantastic.
I would do that if I could.
All right. Here's where I found the text. I said, our dogs represent who we are. Allow me to demonstrate. Ben's dog, slow, oddly shaped. Joe's dog, cumbersome, awkward, foolish. Jeff's dog, horrible, rude.
Yeah. And that's when I went off.
Then you had a little problem with that.
I had a lot of yeah.
I mean, Jeff was the one who probably should have the biggest problem.
My issue is that I would never describe Ben as cumbersome. That seems rude.
No, he described Joe as cumbersome.
Oh, well, that's extremely rude.
Yeah.
It's also kind of career.
I've been insulted by professionals.
Yeah.
On the internet, no less.
Right.
So, Dan's insults don't affect me, but boy, you go after my friends.
Yeah, you didn't like the dog comment at all.
My friends, and it's like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, what if
my dogs are tiny and they could eat your dog.
Hypothetically, let's say I said I was sorry.
Hypothetically.
That'll be first. We haven't heard it yet.
Hypothetically, Dan, are you drawing anything from Kirby?
I'm drawing
Is this a Kirby show?
Is that okay?
You notice there's no dogs in this.
I love it though. That's
I'm a
nice.
cat person.
There you go.
So would Kirby ever own a Klekai, guys? Do we think Kirby would ever?
100% no.
Would Kirby even draw a Klekai?
Not living.
I mean, probably not.
I'd like to know what our viewers think about Dan owning.
Oh, wait a minute. Let's not get them involved.
They're the ultimate arbiters, Dan, of all this.
Did Kirby have a dog?
He probably did.
Well, that's a great question. You know what? That's a great question. Next time I see Neil Kirby, I'm going to ask him.
Yeah. I'm sure what's funny about Kirby is in my mind, he just draws. Like the idea of him having a regular life just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah. I can only picture him at the desk. But as you ask these questions, he must have had pets. I mean, he was a regular human. He must have had something.
He had a pool.
Was he
Did you say he was a regular human?
Well, he was a human, not a regular human. I take that back.
Far from regular.
Yeah. But he must have had.
I love the stories about when on the weekends Stan would, or actually during the week, Stan would drive Kirby, and it was John Romita Sr. who told me these stories. He would drive Kirby and John Sr. back out to Long Island, and they'd be sitting there. Like John would be in I think Stan had a Cadillac convertible, and so they'd be in the back of so John would be in the back of the convertible, Stan and Jack would be in the front. And as John tells the story, they'd be talking about, like I said, next issue of Fantastic Four, and John's in the back going, "Oh my God, this is!" I think like the brilliance that was going on in the front seat was crazy, and they'd have this whole issue wrapped up and figured out. Jack would go home, draw the entire thing over the weekend, and then bring it back on Monday. And the story was completely different than anything that Stan had talked about.
And yet Stan remained friends with him, which is nice.
Well, I mean, it's one thing when the story comes back, even better than you guys were collaborating on, and he had the Kirby flourishes and stuff like that. I love stuff like that, but because it's also just imagining those three guys with a top down on the Long Island Expressway, heading home. Not realizing the history that they're creating, like literally creating stuff that our careers are completely and totally based on. We have, we're, seriously, I mean, what are we doing for a living if it wasn't for that?
Yeah, I mean, there is really no more like none of the language even exists really without those guys for comics.
What about the whole term Kirby dots? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crackle.
I mean, that comes up all
The band Kirby Crackle.
Kirby Crackle.
Yeah.
There's a whole band.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, there are other legends of comics, and when we talk about the superhero genre, though, that is just woof. Yeah.
Like Sandman.
Yeah.
So did any of you actually get to watch Kirby draw like in person?
Oh God, I wish.
No.
I'm not old enough.
I think I might be the only person who might have even met him.
No, I met him once in San Diego.
Yeah.
Did he like you?
What?
Did he like you?
Well, it was one of those, like you get in line and you shake his hand and you realize, what are you going to say that a million other people haven't already said? So I just shook his hand and said, I'm a big fan. And he said, thank you very much. And then I moved on.
He was having breakfast one year in San Diego. I was having breakfast with Fabian, and he was having breakfast behind us. And Fabian asked if I wanted to meet him, and I chickened out. I'm like, no, I can't. I can't handle it.
I mean, that's
that a lot.
Jeff, can I just say, what the heck's wrong with you, Jeff?
I panicked. I just panicked.
You know what I love about that? It's like you were in the U.S. Army.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. I'm like, I just could not. I'm like, what was I going to say? I got flustered. I didn't know what to do.
You got flummoxed.
I got to shake his hand in San Diego, and it wasn't too long. I mean, I think it was the last San Diego he actually attended, so it wasn't too long before he had passed away. But even at that age, I looked at him like, this guy could kick my ass so badly.
You probably wanted to.
He had like hammer hands, just like hands.
Well, that's from that much. You do that much drawing, and your hands just.
No, Dan, that's not why. That's not why. No.
So you probably are all wondering why I picked Kazar.
Because somebody commissioned you to do it. That's why we're doing the entire show.
No, I don't know why I picked him.
Kazar's cool.
I wanted to draw a double dinosaur, but I'm not a big fan of that little squirrely friend of his.
What the hell are you talking about?
It's so funny
because the guy who was always riding an annoying double dinosaur.
little monkey thing.
I would not have thought Khazar.
Who is that little twerp?
Devil Dinosaur is awesome. Sorry.
I mean, Devil Dinosaur is awesome. His little annoying friend who's always screaming on his back doesn't look too awesome.
What, Moon Boy?
What's his name?
Moon Boy.
Moon Boy?
Yeah,
Moon Boy.
Now it's I think Moon Boy is no longer.
What happened to him?
Well, now it's a girl.
Girl.
Oh, well, I should have drawn it then.
Yeah. It's actually really awesome.
Is she all hairy? Like
No, she's an actual human being.
Kind of like Sprite.
Yeah, Lunella, I believe is her name.
nothing's quite like Sprite, Jeff. But certainly when you draw it.
No, Jeff. I mean, Jeff, I got to ask you. Because I've done a lot of books, been involved in a lot of things in my career at Marvel. This is a really serious question. I drew a pretty decent Daredevil run. A couple of Daredevil runs.
I've heard of it. Debatable.
But yet, no matter, it won't matter who draws Daredevil. From now until the sun explodes. No one will ever draw the definitive Daredevil like David Mazzucchelli and when Frank Miller did it, right? So that it's definitive. You can't. The bar is set too high. But you have now are being considered the definitive Sprite artist.
Is that the talk at Marvel?
And it's talk everywhere. Just look at the internet. He is the. Drink and Draw fans know this. They watched the making of this cover. It's a beautiful cover, and just in one cover, you become definitive. And so I'm dying to know what it feels like. I'm dying to know what it feels like to be the definitive artist on a character.
Well, I mean, for me, it's kind of old hat. I've been a definitive artist on a lot of characters.
That's true. Wonder Man.
Yeah. When are they going to reprint the Wonder Man stuff? I wonder.
There's never. You keep wondering.
I love your Wonder Man.
It was fun. I think the thing that makes Sprite really special is just there's something about a young girl fighting a bunch of Turkish warriors that I just feel it.
Yeah.
I can just really relate to it.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, the cover was great. The coloring was.
Yeah, a lot of people had problems with the coloring.
I thought the coloring was fantastic. I was a big fan of the coloring.
Did you color that, Jeff?
No, Dan colored it.
What? Oh, oops.
Yeah. Whoopsie daisy.
Oh boy.
Man. Faux pas.
Yeah, the thoughts were that I kind of ruined they're thinking of doing in like just a virgin cover, they call it, where it's just the drawing without the colors.
I have a hard time believing that.
Smart move.
Yeah, I do think that it's always great to draw something that you suck at, and have that be something that everyone in the world sees. So it was great to try and draw like. I have to say, and this is being perfectly honest, I thought your guys' covers were so much better than mine. It was a little bit embarrassing.
Whose did you like the most?
Well, I mean, I'm going to say it. I'm a big Mooka fan. I like Joe's.
What?
Thank you, Jeff. But seriously, Jeff, yours was definitely the second best.
Thank you. I mean, that's.
I thought I love that cover. You worked on those assassins a lot to get the flow of it. I thought that was great. So, and I think all the covers actually really came out great. So,
it is a great little combination of things.
Yeah, gotta get them all, basically.
But if you have to only get one, get yours first. If you come into some spare money,
I would tell people no. I wouldn't encourage people. Plus, mine is really hard to get. I would just.
Yours is super hard to get.
I am getting so good at the DPHP.
You really are.
It's
smooth.
It's coming almost all too naturally for me. This is a scary moment. So again, I do have to ask: are you? How long? I'm not even going to ask. Are you? Because I know the answer. How long before you put a click eye into one of your books?
That's a really good
Here's
question.
the thing I learned about dogs. Apparently they don't like dark chocolate.
What's that?
They don't. You can't feed a dog like
chocolate. Any chocolate whatsoever.
Well, specifically dark chocolate.
Any chocolate.
So if this dog ever annoys me, it's going to get some chocolate.
Look at that beast! Holy
Which one
is that?
This is Archer.
Archer.
Great name.
Is it though?
Murderous little.
Look at that thing. Damn.
Majestic, right? Much better than that Clay Kai.
Unbelievable.
I don't know if I'd say that.
Jack, do you want some airtime too? Oh,
that's it.
Jack.
Patrick, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Are you doing other Kickstarters for other people?
Yeah, I'm actually helping a couple other people on some stuff. So we do our best to try to help what we can. So
What else you got coming up down the pipeline?
So we did a Make 100 for Kickstarter. So they ran an initiative doing a 100 tier one that we just put out. That's gonna finish up, but it's sold out already. So we're gonna wait and get that packed up at the same time we're doing Popkill, and then I'm helping a couple other people that are prepping for some Kickstarters coming up. So they asked for a little bit of help. So I'm trying to help them on the back end. So
what's been your favorite so far?
What's that, Dan?
What's been your favorite Kickstarter to work on? You mind me asking? Maybe you mind.
You're putting him in a spot, man.
No, I mean they're all pretty different and pretty fun. I guess it's just a matter of the logistics of it. Sometimes I've been just helping with like fulfillment and organization, and then stuff like like this. It's been a little bit better because I've been trying to help out with doing a lot of the printing stuff and learning more about layouts and spot varnishes and paper quality and stuff. So getting a little bit more into that, and everyone, we always say it's like learning a little bit more every single time.
Would you say it's easy to work with Jimmy, or
no?
Or is that the most trying, difficult?
No, it's like polar opposites, right? Like because he's 100 miles an hour, so a lot of the times I'm the Debbie Downer, right? Like I have to tell him, well, slow your roll, which is good. These are good things, right? On sometimes, but you have to kind of just look at big picture and what it's going to take to fulfill stuff, print stuff, cost stuff, right? Like that. That's kind of cool, but
let's ask Patrick a more apropos question. So I've often heard Dan talk about doing some crowdfunded stuff. Is there anybody you would never work with, Patrick? You've heard horror stories, they're from Florida.
Yeah.
They're from Florida. Yeah. Well, I mean, probably those people usually don't like dogs and stuff. They like to talk about themselves, but
Yeah.
Serious question. What advice would you give people who are thinking about doing a Kickstarter? Like just a couple of quick things. Like if you whenever someone says I want to do a Kickstarter, what would you tell? What are some of the common mistakes, and how would you advise someone who was thinking about doing something like that?
So I always say, read the frequently asked questions. If you're going to do it, don't expect somebody just to figure it out for you, unless you're really, paying them to work with you, right? Like, I think that's unfair to the person that's trying to help you out. If you legitimately do your research and put your hard work in, and then come and ask questions, at least I can just, or, anybody that's doing it, right? Like they help you push it over the top. Right. And the other thing is just like the material, the back end, the shipping and all that stuff. Like that's a huge chunk of time and money. Yeah. A lot of people don't understand that, when you see these campaigns get, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, right? You look at how much shipping is tied into that total, right? So you either do, when you're doing overseas shipping, shipping a comic book, a simple comic to, London, like UK, right? Like
what about Bangladesh?
Bangladesh is that's probably $30 some, right?
Oh.
UK is like almost $28 just for a single comic.
But you got damages and stuff like that too.
Exactly. So that's where you have to factor in, right? You have to protect it as best as you can. You have to deal with the fact that some things are going to get lost, so you have to track it, and then if not, you want to replace it because your quality and your reputation is on the line at that point. So,
in that case, working with Dan would be easy.
Yeah, exactly. But I still think it's fun. I mean, it's fun to do that stuff and be involved, and you're dealing directly with the fans that are backing you. So when they're backing at that price point and tier, you want to show them the love, right? Like if they're paying that much and putting their money down, you want to do it right. So.
Yeah. Ideally.
Could you imagine if Kirby had been alive during this time and actually done some crowdfunding?
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
I would have liked it.
Yeah, the benefit.
I mean, Kirby kind of did with Destroyer Duck. I mean, that was him stepping out on his own.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean that's the thing you wish with some of these these guys that they have the avenue and the channel to do their own stuff and get that recognition and get that exposure, right, to do their own property and know that I didn't have to go to company A or company B to get this book out. That nowadays you can just a good printer, it's local, you got the willpower, you can crank something out. So
I have the willpower.
Now, Patrick, what do you think also about it? Because there's cautionary tales too, right?
Absolutely.
We all see the campaigns that do well, right?
Like Top Kill.
Yeah.
Like Top Kill. But for every campaign that does well, there's a plethora of them that don't.
Sure. Yeah.
So what's your? Coming from your POV, what's your advice for like let's say an unknown creator who just wants to get out there and somehow or other has it in their mind that this is going to be like $100,000 campaign. It may be, but
Yeah, sure. That's a spark, right? You hope that happens, but you like you said, you kind of got to be realistic. That's the one thing I don't really, I disagree with how, both Kickstarter and Indiegogo, there's no reputation score for any of this stuff, right? So to your point, you could have.
In what sense? I'm sorry. What do you mean?
Like a rating, a feedback rating, right? So so you could put out 10 campaigns and not fulfill one of them. And the only way that you're going to get, dinged, so to speak, is if word of mouth gets out that says, don't back X, Y, and Z project or this creator.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So
there's no like Kickstarter, Indiegogo, Yelp review kind of thing?
Not really. I mean, there's definitely places that will provide like tie-ins and hooks and you can get review ratings. But I mean, it's not so much a rating. It's more of just, here's what they raised, and then people will potentially post on it, right? That said, hey, I backed it and never got it. But, it's not like an eBay score, right?
Yeah.
And there's no consequences for that from those companies?
No, they do their best because every time you pledge, it's an at-will pledge, right?
Right.
So
it's Jeff, compare it to the people that watch this show expecting to be humored.
Or talk about Kirby.
Talk about Kirby.
It's over. When it's over. There's nothing left but just disappointment and shame.
But to your question, Joe, I mean, a lot of it we say, like if you're a small time or something, you have to keep your goal realistic, and you have to tell yourself, enough of my friends and stuff going to buy this that at least I want to do it, because you're still going to take a cut out of that total for payment collection, Kickstarter, etc. Right, and then postage. So and whatever your costs are to print the book and ship it and pack it, right? Like, so just be more grounded.
Yeah.
So,
that's talking to you directly, Jeff.
I know. Thanks, Patrick. Is there a genre that does better than others? It's like sci-fi, fantasy, superhero.
Soda pop.
Soda pop, yeah. Soda pop, drama, action, yeah. No, I mean it's hit or miss. I mean, we've done sci-fi, we've done kind of a Western one, we've done futuristic one. We've done, more adult themed one. We've done like this, like a James Bond spy action thriller stuff. And,
was there ever one where Jimmy was like, I got this idea, and you're like, Jimmy, no, absolutely not.
No, not off the top of my head, but it's more of just why don't we do this first, right? Oh. So we just keep pushing it to the back, and then.
How badly do you think a Dan Panosian Kickstarter?
You know what? I think him and Dave would actually do a successful campaign.
Dave, we know.
Dave's a proven commodity.
Dan would be cheating to team up with Dave. I'm talking about Dan on his own.
Well,
Dan solo.
I'm assuming Dan would be able to get like an autograph Gail Gadot photo that would be able to push the Kickstarter tier.
I mean, she does live on the street.
Right down the street.
Right, exactly. So I'm sure that tier itself would just put it right over the top.
It's true. That's a really great
garbage.
Yeah,
like
that's really smart.
Yeah. Garbage.
He's going to be the guy that's going to walk in front of her house and take a selfie with her in the background and zoom in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do wish, like I said, I wish that, somebody like Kirby or, some of those artists in the past when they were in their prime cranking stuff out. I mean, I keep thinking of that, like, man, I wish they had that ability because, Jack, he probably could have done this while he was doing his regular job and still put out all the books.
That's true. That's absolutely true. I do think that Dan could be successful if he incorporated some of the photos from his early modeling days. There's some.
Those could be giveaways.
Yeah. I mean, there's that shoot he did that was sponsored by, was it Saran Wrap? Or?
I believe so. I think Saran Wrap was a big sponsor.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that would sell like hotcakes.
People would want that.
Yeah.
Have you seen those photos? Yeah, where are those photos?
Only Dave has them.
I don't have those. I tried to get them, but she couldn't find them.
I had to pay a lot of money to get those things burned.
You know what I have, Dan, and they're not embarrassing, though they are a little bit of history, is from when we would come to the studio and I would take photo reference of you and all the other guys for whatever book I was working on. There's a lot of great shots of you in there.
Oh, there's a lot of great Steve Jones shots, and well, that's my ring door.
So Dan, wow, that guard dog is barking up a storm there.
He's coming home. I mean, they're back. It sounds like the family is back.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Well, I'm sure the dog could be asleep.
I'm sure drink and draw. I mean, please drink and draw. Do you want
a lot of times, like people like they're celebrities or they're on TV or whatever, but you've never seen like this actor's daughter or something like that, or son. Like they keep them out. Like I kind of feel like I need to do that with this dog.
You've seen your son on the stream. Why would you not show us your dog?
Well, dog's a little bit more personal. And this is not a dog.
Obviously, the dog's a little more personal.
Well, Ben was proud enough about his dog to show us.
Sure, if I had a female, dog like Ben's, aren't all corgis? They don't make up. There's not a male corgi, is there?
Are you asking if it's like a mule or a donkey? If
they reproduce asexually.
Yeah, I mean that's how it works, right?
Yes, they just divide into two. They're like gremlins. You pull them out.
Or like jellyfish.
That is the first dog insult that Dan has said that's actually made me laugh.
Yeah. You know, like the other ones earlier?
No, because they weren't funny and they were awful. Just awful.
No. I mean, usually I reserve all my insults for Jeff, who could care less, and they're wasted on Jeff.
Yeah.
I get hurt. My feelings are hurt.
Do you ever go to Megan and just go, Dan really zinged me today, and that was uncalled for?
If you ever get me, she's the first person I tell because it's always kind of fun.
But she actually, she kind of doesn't mind you getting zinged every now and then.
No, she's the biggest fan of me getting my comeuppance.
It's kind of like my wife. She's always very happy when I get hurt or insulted or my feelings.
Well, if it means anything to you guys, when Dan does that, I have your backs. It bothers me a lot.
Kind man, Joe.
Make fun of me all day long. Just don't make fun of my buddies.
I'm pretty kind to everybody.
Mm.
So let's see if we have any other. Oh, you know who else's birthday it was? Besides Joe's, Jason Schachter.
Oh, happy birthday.
Jason might be watching, and he's like, how come Joe gets all the love?
I doubt Jason's watching.
There's a lot of watching people.
The Rangers are playing tonight, so I almost guarantee he's not watching. So
He's sound asleep right now, which is his favorite hobby.
I love a nap.
There he is.
Dan, you want to field this audience question?
Oh, there.
Yeah, what's your dog's name? Oh, does it wear a tutu? Thanks a lot, John. Thanks for the question. Always appreciate it. The dog's name is, it started out as Ghost Ninja. That was my son's idea. And then my wife changed it to, she's Greek, and she changed it to Liko, which means wolf. Wolf Joe in Greek. And now it's Liko. So my child's dreams have been destroyed by her.
Is it Liko or Lyco?
By the way, Liko's a great name for a dog that's going to piss all over your house.
Very leaky.
It is a cute dog.
Jeez.
I wouldn't know. Dan hasn't showed us.
What do you guys think of my Modoc?
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
Family show.
Yeah. Take a look at my Modoc.
This is little Modoc.
Who wants a piece of my Modoc?
I kept watching Jeff. You were spending forever on that mouth, which is pretty entrancing to watch you keep drawing and erasing the line.
Trying to get it just
trying
right.
to get it perfect.
It's also very Freudian on Jeff's part.
It's true. One of the things that I like about Kirby that I've never really been able to do is the way he drew crazy monster teeth. Dave does that really well.
Dave does do that.
Dave does that.
Yeah.
I learned from the best.
Yeah.
I started writing a Modoc song once.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you sing some of it?
No.
Can you hum a few bars?
I had one verse. We were going to do something with it at Marvel, and I had one verse, and then what we were doing was sort of going to fall apart. But it was kind of like a Randy Newman sort of little boppy little song. You'd have to imagine it on the piano.
That sounds really funny.
It's he's got little arms, he's got little legs, he's got a rocket ship topper that supports his big head. He's my little pal Modoc, and he's MODK with me.
Wow.
Wow, it's beautiful.
I want that. As far as I got.
Let's see, we could do a Kickstarter of Joe's Modoc albums.
Yeah, indeed.
Dave, didn't you work on a Modoc thing?
I did, but then they decided to go the the robot chicken route instead
As
of
opposed to just 2D animation.
Yeah, I was disappointed.
That's a shame. That would have been really funny.
Yeah, it would have been a good gig.
It seemed like it could have been the modern Venture Brothers kind of deal.
Well, it was about Modoc, and he was a single father.
It wasn't very funny.
Was that the Patton Oswalt possible?
Yeah.
Good times.
So I got a question for you guys. What was your go-to book of Kirby's that you would ape all the time? Like when you were learning and when you came up, like if you had to go to any Kirby book project, what was that?
I actually have it sitting right here by my desk.
Did you guys just
when I was a kid? No. When I was a kid, I got these.
Let's see.
Yeah,
these giant ones.
Awesome.
And that's Captain America, right?
Yeah, you might have heard of them.
Okay.
But just everyone there's just so much crazy stuff. His imagination was unbelievable.
Yeah,
He was known for his imagination.
This is when he came. This is the early Cap. I thought it was when he came back.
Yeah. Look at that bananas.
What's he doing there?
You look at any of that Kirby. Look at any of that Kirby stuff. Every character in motion, even when they're standing around talking. Everybody's leaning forward, moving forward at all times.
Why is that?
So I have this just at my desk. Whenever I feel like my drawings lack any kind of oomph for life, I pull this out and try and throw some Kirby in it.
I get really depressed. That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean it is upsetting.
Yeah. It's just.
I was never a big Kirby fan until I started actually really drawing comics, and then I recognized, oh my God, what the guy contributed and the language, the visual language he created. And it took a while though. I think you'll find a lot of comic book artists kind of feel that way.
Mm-hmm.
But it's funny. We also forget another thing that was established with Kirby was kind of a house style, but because Kirby's artwork was so diametrically opposite to what DC was doing, and at that time, and so he created a style that was synonymous with Marvel, right? Wasn't just Stan's bombastic dialogue and writing, but the Kirby, and that influenced all the artists that came in to work at Marvel, because Stan would be like, do it like Jack does it. But that's held true for a very, very long time. There was sort of a DC style and there was a Marvel style. And I think the DC stuff changed a little bit when they got Jim Lee, of course, right? Because he just brought that Marvel stuff with him. But it was fun. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as because we've been in the industry for a while. We've seen artists go from one company to the other, but I've seen artists that work at Marvel, and this is even before I was editor-in-chief. It was almost, you could almost count on this happening. An artist would go to Marvel and draw in this sort of bombastic, Kirby kind of way, and then go to DC, and suddenly the style would change, become a little quieter. Every once in a while somebody would go over and still be able to take that Marvel dynamics with them, but there's something just in the DNA of each company and the way they wrote stories and their characters that Jack was literally defined look that is, how many decades later we're still aping it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of my favorite ones where you see so much of it in.
I love how you say this is one of my favorite ones, and you cut to your drawing.
No, I didn't do that. Ben did for once, but you missed it, Joe. I kept bringing up stuff, and then I'd just pop one of my drawings up there. But
nice.
But this one, I mean, if you look at the explosion in the far background, like those waves of power and the negative space that he kind of creates, but he also creates all that emotion, and then you have the language of just like the lava or the eruption happening, and the randomness of where it's bursting out. It's just, I mean, that's an amazing piece of pop art.
But also look at the way that those crevices, the cracks, they're guiding your eye, right?
Yeah, it's just nuts.
You go from the sort of the almost vertical, but the diagonal of that explosion, right? Your eye goes right from the top down into the planet and then swirls all the way to the bottom right, sorry, with those cracks. I don't even know how much of it was planned. He just inherently
had a great sense of design.
Yeah, I mean, we used to take Kirby pages when we could be in the office at Marvel, and just look at how he would create these crazy. They weren't tangents, but they were just almost like figures that were almost pointing towards the next panel because of the motion and the way that he laid the pages out. Just absolute genius.
I know that I probably should know this, but who were his influences, Joe?
Oh man, I should know that too, and I probably read it somewhere, but at this moment I couldn't tell you.
I mean, because sometimes
another thing is machinery, the iconic machinery, Jeff, that that is still used today.
Yeah, I mean, just and he just threw he didn't design that beforehand. He just sort of drawn it, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean.
You would just block out the shapes and draw.
Yeah, just layering shapes.
Yeah.
This is here's a character. I don't know who this character is, but that's a exceptionally cool image. His hand looks a little deformed.
It's 2001 Odyssey. Yeah, it's based on one of the greatest movies ever made. I don't know if you ever.
2001.
Yeah, it's a director named Stanley Kubrick.
Oh.
He directed the moon landing.
Yeah. By the way. You know who else was born on January 12th, my birthday?
Who?
Hal, the computer.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not
Watching
real,
the movie as a kid, and Hal recites his birthday. I'm like, whoa! So, there you go. A little bit of trivia for you. Me and Hal.
I'm going to take that down because of it. This says it's Jack Kirby, but it's almost like a different style.
Yeah. He ain't good stuff,
but it's very cool.
Is that his own inky?
It looks like it is.
Yeah, that's why. I think that's why it looks that way.
Fantastic.
Drew it.
It's gorgeous.
I found it. So I'd like to take a little bit of credit. I found that.
Jack Kirby.
He had a fondness for Yancey Street, which, as you know, Joe, is Delancey Street. Right?
Is it, Dan?
It's commonly understood as Delancey Street.
Then why wouldn't you just written Delancey Street?
I don't know. You'd have to ask.
And by the way, here's a question. Yeah, I was gonna say, did Stan coin it Yancey or did Jack?
You mean this man?
That guy. Yeah.
Now, when he created the Batman universe, that was for DC. Now, how do you explain that necessarily?
All right. So on that note, I think it's time. I have to.
So chorizo time.
Chorizo time for me.
Killjoy.
A bell or a gong.
Yeah, I'm going to beg you for one graphic for our next episode. Can we please have a graphic that when the show's over? Thank you very much. It's chorizo time.
Well, you guys can keep chit chatting and talking about Batman and Kirby, and showing the little Watusi.
He was related to Adam West. A lot of people don't realize that.
Okay. No. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, Jeff.
Enjoy.
Great drawing of MODOK.
Thanks, fellas. Happy Jack Kirby Day.
Happy Jack Kirby Day.
Let's end this nightmare.
Wow.
I'm out too, guys.
What? Where are you going? Are you going to Jeff's?
It's been an hour. I got other shit to do.
Dan, where's the
dog? My son is playing with it.
Okay.
Is he poking it with a stick?
I'll bring him on. I'll bring him on one thing at one point.
No, not when he's grown. Now, let's see.
Now when he's cute and adorable.
And still alive.
All right, guys, I'm going to bail on that. I've got to count to no.
Patrick, I was counting on you to stick around.
For what? For more insults?
True. All right.
That's all the show really is, Pat.
Well, I understand that, but I don't like the way they're treating you, Ben. That's all it comes down
I like
to.
the fact that we have these pseudo themes that we're going to
stick to
talk about. And we cram it into the last 20 minutes of the episode. That's
true.
Patrick, listen, I'm with you. I've been saying for a year now, like, who do I have to sleep with to get off this stream?
Yeah. We keep pointing people at you, and you're like, all right, I'll sleep with them. Destroying your marriage.
And I'm still on this damn stream.
Yeah, you're still on the show. Well, Patrick, I appreciate you coming on, and even though Dave bailed and left you there standing.
That's okay. Thanks for letting me join.
Leave you standing on the Kickstarter.
No, well, that's Dave, right? We're here to just serve him. So.
Well, I know it.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Thanks, Ben. Joe, you and I probably have words later.
There's fighting time.
Ben, did we get any reactions from our fans about Dan's dog? What they think?
Well, there were cries from the public to see the dog.
Right, but Dan doesn't give a damn.
Some people think the dog is fake news.
Well, everything is.
It is possible
that Dan has just created this dog, to fill a hole in his life, a little bit of a void that he has.
Well, that's true.
But that Elena, in fact, the dog. That's possible. There's a lot of positive Corgi response.
What?
It's amazing how many people are huge Corgi fans.
Nobody is.
I think we actually gained some viewers through our Corgi.
Oh, by the way, Ben, how badly was Dan shamed when I sent him those videos of my dog? Oof.
Oh,
burn it.
Kudos to Elena. She really appreciated them. I didn't.
Oof. Man, I didn't want to do that because
he asked for it.
We don't brag about our dogs because we don't need to, but
that's right.
The
dog represents itself.
I had to whip it out. Yeah,
so to speak. There's some question that Dan's dog is a chronic humper, and that's why he can't come on the show.
He did try to hump my leg today.
maybe instead of Lico, it should be called Humpy.
Yep.
Well,
basically, there's not a lot of positive response for Cleek eyes.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you're not getting your dog fixed, right? You're saying?
It looks like we kind of have to, but I don't.
It's legally required in California, isn't
it? Do people even know what a Cleek eye looks like?
Show us.
Does anyone really care?
Yours.
Well, I'm going to find a Cleek eye.
No, I can find Cleek eyes on the internet.
Yeah,
you're gonna find like a horrible looking one. I'm gonna find
a Bernese Mountain Dog right now.
A Burmese Mountain Dog.
My neighbor has a Bernese Mountain Dog. It's gorgeous. It's a big old thing, man. Ben, that's the kind of dog you need.
I grew up with German Shepherds. That's
la-di-da.
That's what I had. We had a Shepherd growing up, and Jenny and I had a Shepherd when we first got married. But when we started having kids, we decided maybe we should have something a little less large. So that's when we downsized to the Corgis, and more conducive to city life too.
Yeah,
Shepherd's not having as much room to run. And,
very urban.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find one. I found one. There's only one. They're so rare, unlike your dogs.
Yes, they're rare.
It's so rare.
They're an officially recognized breed.
American Kennel Club doesn't recognize it now.
I mean, it does exist. I have one, so I mean, it's obviously recognized.
I'm gonna go to the pound tomorrow and start a new dog breed.
Yeah,
there it is.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that. Yeah, look at that little thing. Oh my goodness. That's the big version. That's the big version.
Well, unfortunately, this dog is probably going to be that version.
That's like one of those Instagram models where they use the filter and stretch their legs an extra 25%.
Well, what's this?
That is a fine looking dog right there. Look
It
how
looks
happy
like he's
that dog.
insane. That dog looks nuts.
He's a little bit crazy. It's crazy with love.
What? Dog buffoonery. That's like a greeting card. Like, hi, happy birthday.
That is my dog being safe during the solar eclipse. Dog is smarter than the sitting president of the United States. He knew to keep his glasses on and look at the sun.
Hold on, I gotta find a true look at here's a great one. Oh my god. This is why people are gonna turn into drinking draw, because they're gonna want to see dog chat.
Yeah.
Well,
come for the Kirby, stay for the dog chat.
That's it.
I mean, everybody's left us.
We had a little pop kill. There's still 86 people watching us rant.
Because people like my dog. That's why.
That means I got to stick around because they'll all bail when I leave. They're all Ben fans, actually.
That's it.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for the private chat period.
Look at that dog.
Fake dog. It's not your dog.
Dad, you're not going to have your dog's not going to look like that.
That's my dog's coloring.
Why do you refuse to put your dog on camera, dude?
Are you embarrassed by your dog?
I should bring him in.
You shame your dog.
I don't speak Greek.
It's all part of your wife's plan.
My COVID hair is getting out of control.
Dan, there's an actual serious question you may want to feel.
What did you do with the pages of slots? Are they for sale somewhere? No, that's the only thing I've kept that I haven't sold. That and the Prophet artwork I kept. Everything else I sell. Joe, you were a big Prophet fan.
Huge. When did you do it?
That really stings. Here, this will make you guys happy.
Yeah.
That insipid look on its face.
I love that. Love it.
Why is it when I mentioned Batman, Jeff just took off?
He couldn't take it. Couldn't take it for sure.
We never got a chance to. This is actually how Dave makes his living. Speed Wolf. pays for a lot of things for Dave.
He doesn't pimp his nibs like he used to.
No. Yeah. Well, they sell themselves practically.
Listen, rule number 1 in comics: pimp your nibs.
Dave barely had a word to say to any of us. He's pissed off at all of us, except for Patrick. Who likes.
The public wanted to know where Dave was.
He was there, wasn't he?
He was there. He was just silent, Dave.
Oh, look at that. Facebook user. By the way, that's me.
What?
No, that wasn't me, but
oh boy. Well, should we stop?
I can pretend there's some chorizo waiting for me.
I emailed you dog. Yeah,
there's no Dan dog coming.
I don't want to call my dog right now. My dog's done.
Here, I'm going to mute myself so I don't scream online.
Roman, we would love to have Matteo on, but he's in Italy, so that time difference is a little challenging sometimes. But yeah, he's definitely somebody we'd be interested in having on the show, and a friend of at least 2/3 of us.
Who are we talking about?
Actually, we have a pretty good guest coming on. Maybe some fans have heard him.
Is this a teaser?
This is a little teaser. Jeffrey Scott Campbell's agreed to do the show.
Ooh.
He's going to
didn't give us an actual date, though.
He didn't give us a date, so it's probably never going to happen.
Who booked this guest? Dan?
It was me.
They're going to cancel.
Yeah.
No, if it was Dave, they would definitely cancel.
Well, Dave, they just would have turned down.
Flat out. They don't even lead him on. They feel bad for me. And
Dan, I sent you a photo of my dog so you could show her off.
All right.
She's busy guarding the house right now, so I don't want to disturb you.
Did you text it or did you email me?
I just said I emailed you a photo of my dog, Dan.
Oh, all right. Oh, geez, take it easy.
Would you rather me email it?
Well, no, email is better than I could directly put it on.
I just emailed it.
Let's see here. Hold on.
Oh, forget it. Never mind. Stick it to me.
I wanted to ask because I backed Popkill, and
what number were you?
Hold on. Here's a project. I only backed it for $1 though, so I wanted to see if that annoyed Patrick. I never got a chance to ask him. I backed every single one of Jimmy's projects.
Have you got your fulfillment on all of them, though?
Wait, I think this might be it. Which email did you send it to me? My Gmail or my Yahoo?
I don't know. No. So, Ben, who do you got for the Super Bowl?
Well, like I say, I think there's a good chance it's most likely going to be the Packers on the NFC side.
Yeah.
But because God hates me, Tom Brady will probably get another crack at it.
Mm.
And one of the Bucks in there. And on the AFC, I hope it's the Chiefs.
The Bills are really good.
There's a lot of, the Browns look tough, man. It's
Speaking of Tom Brady. Dan, how did we not lead with this? Ben's big revelation over Christmas for us. Do you remember this?
I'm not wearing them tonight.
You're not. Do you want to break your revelation? Let's preface this because how many people do we still have left on, Ben?
90. We've actually gained 4
viewers. It's only about dogs.
What do people have to do with your life?
I don't do this a lot, but I'm going to, every once in a while I have to talk directly to the viewers. If you have if you see Ben in a particular way, I would say tune out now because what we're going to say will change the way you see Ben because it did for us. So Ben sent us a photograph over the holidays of his favorite gift. I can't, Dan. I can't say it. Do you want to say it, Dan? I can't. I just can't.
I'm not a football guy, so I don't know the Brady-ness of this. I don't think I do it justice. Ben,
you want to show the photo?
The photo? Which photo you want to put up?
Let's just look. Let's just tell it.
I'd have to send it to Dan.
Ben got Uggs.
It's on Twitter.
Oh, that's right. It's on Twitter.
Isn't it?
I'm not embarrassed by my fuzzy warm feet.
Yeah.
I should have made some Browns comments. I'm originally from Cleveland.
Mm.
How do you feel about that?
You know, I feel sorry for Cleveland.
Yeah. Well, they lost me. I was Cleveland's favorite son.
Great.
Gone.
Well, I think Joe Shuster and wasn't the creator of Superman from Cleveland?
Drew Carey.
Drew Carey created Cleveland.
Superman? Drew Carey?
Yeah, he created Cleveland.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm amazed. 87 people are still watching us ramble at this point.
Wow. They must have missed.
Those are some loyal friends.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
What do you guys think about this? I'm back to the bubble.
Back to the orange bubble.
Hate it.
It's no good.
Hate it.
Yeah. That's even that little flare of orange is a bit much.
I'll take it.
You'll accept it.
Can you change that to a red, Dan? How about a red? Give me a red.
How about white?
It's okay. Bland.
You lose the white. Yeah, the red looks okay.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Oh, you hear my dog? Hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like dogs. Like when my dog howls, it sounds like a wolf.
I encourage people to go online and find videos of what Clee guys actually sound like. When they,
or just go find a real dog and step on it and listen to it.
Thanks a lot. Oh, there we go. I thought it was you, Ben, who put that up there.
No,
it was the Drink and Draw in Costa Rica. Our buddies.
Nice. There's a Drink and Draw in Costa Rica?
There's Drink and Draws everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah.
It got to be better than this one.
No, it's much better. I mean, imagine doing a Drink and Draw in Costa Rica as opposed to online with us.
I've always wanted to go to Costa Rica. I hear it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Have you gone?
Do they have COVID there?
They don't have COVID there.
Then let's
have you gone there?
They have coconuts, palm trees, a nice breeze. I've never been.
Baby oil?
A lot of baby oil, a lot of Coca-Cola. Mix it. They bring it to you.
All right.
Gentlemen, my son isn't listening to me. The discipline in this house is out the window. It's all reserved for the animal.
Is it Teresa time?
Have you tried calling your son in Greek?
Ella.
Dan, isn't your dog so brilliant that you should just be able to call it and it comes?
Well, I soundproof my office.
It comes.
There's a triple padlock.
Can you send the dog an email?
I can't even get Joe's email.
Dan's dog is can work IT as well, so it'll get in there. We'll fix that up for Dan.
All right. Well, let's let these poor people go about their lives.
Yeah.
Everybody say good night, Gracie.
Good night, folks.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see you next week.
We definitely will. Possibly
be more organized.